is a presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are LA.
Last night in Seattle, the Angels once again clawed their way back from a late deficit, but this time got the win to snap a 6-game skid. All of a sudden, the Halos offense has come alive since the Rally Cat showed them the way. Angels and Mariners is next. Prior to last night, the last win for the Angels, Wednesday getaway in Milwaukee. It's nice to get off the schneid, no longer a losing streak as we get ready for play here tonight, Game 2 in Seattle against the Mariners. Hi, everybody, from inside Safeco Field, we welcome you back to Angels Baseball here on Fox Sports West. I'm Victor Rojas. He's Mark Gubiza. He loves the Rally Cat. Last night,
question.
C.J. Cron certainly came to life last night. Home run, a big 2 RBI single late, and it's nice to see him, aside from the other guys, starting to pick it up.
Yeah, Victor, he's always been a streaky hitter, C.J. Cron, and he's in one of those runs right now where he's seeing the ball extremely well, driving the ball to all fields. Even with a breaking ball last night, he hit that ball out to right field, which is important. Earlier in the season when he was struggling early on. He would try to pull that ball, hit a ground ball to second, staying back on that well. And then one thing also about C.J. Cron, he has been very effective, especially in those late situations where putting the ball in play. Didn't exactly square that one up, hit it in the perfect spot, drives into 2 go-ahead runs as the Angels able to break that losing streak. But C.J. Cron, with that energy, enthusiasm, and what he's been able to do, when you look at the last 14 games, batting average at .444. He had a solo home run we just showed. But again, that after the 7th inning or later, .350 batting average with 7 RBI for C.J. Cron, which allows you to have a lot of confidence as far as facing those tough relievers late and be able to put the ball in play.
You want to take a positive from last night. The offense did it against a pretty good pitcher in Nathan Carnes, who's off to a terrific start with the Seattle Mariners. They will have to have their hitting shoes on tonight. Hisashi Iwakuma's on the mound. He's an Angel killer. He's going for Seattle. The Angels will turn to Yolis Chassin, making his Angels debut tonight. We're just about ready for baseball, but before we get ready for those lineups, we're going to step away for a moment. We're going to focus in on those starting pitchers when we return to Seattle. On the mound for the Angels, making his Angels debut. Game 2 of this 3-game set between the Halos and the Seattle Mariners. You don't know what to expect from Chacin, but certainly he is a warm body as the Angels need as much help as possible as far as the pitching staff is concerned.
And strong pitcher, too, with pretty good stuff. Chacin has a fastball. It's going to be 88 to 93. The slider, cut fastball, which is an important pitch for him, and a changeup and curveball. Iwakuma is throwing the ball so well in his career versus the Angels. A little bit inconsistent so far this year, looking for the club to get some early runs for Chacin so he can go out and relax in his attack the strike zone. So important to see that from the offense. We've seen it late in games. Now I love to see it earlier in the games to allow the pitchers to go deeper in the ballgame and rest that bullpen.
Yeah, some precipitation in the area, and that's why the roof is closed to begin the ballgame. We're just about ready for baseball here at the Big A. Sit back and relax. Lineups at first pitch when we return. This telecast of Angels baseball on Fox Sports West is brought to you by Hyundai. Great deals on amazing cars are going on now at your Hyundai dealer. Visit buyhyundai.com today. By Jack in the Box. Taste the Bacon-licious Sourdough Bacon Ranch Combo. Only at Jack in the Box. And by the Jeep Renegade. Find your inner Renegade and reach your highest potential with an EPA estimated 31 highway miles per gallon. So we mentioned the roof is closed tonight for Game 2. It might open up a little bit later. Just some light rain, a little cooler today than it was yesterday afternoon with the warm temperatures. So the ball may carry a little bit more. So although it has a pretty good carry last night, we'll see how things play out here this evening as we take a look at Mike Scioscia's starting lineup for the Angels with the victory last night. 14-21 on the season, and Yunel Escobar is back in the lineup after missing a game with that sore right thumb. He's leading things off at third base. Everyone else drops down a spot. Calhoun in right, Trout at center, Pujols at DH, Nava in left field, Cron at first base, Giavotella at second, Carlos Perez behind the plate, and it's Gregorio Petit tonight getting the start at shortstop. He made his Angels debut last night and had a very big play defensively and also chipped in with a hit as they take on the 35-year-old right-hander, native of Tokyo, Japan. It's Hisashi Iwakuma on the mound.
And Iwakuma's fastball, not exactly as firm as it has been in the past, 86 to 90 range. He will throw a slider, a cut fastball, and a very good split finger fastball. His go-to pitch to get a punch out. Well, my go-to is to be successful against Iwakuma. Work those counts, but you get in good favorable counts, good batting average against them, and run like the wind. Always used to be very difficult to steal against them. Base stealers, 7 of 8 against them this year as far as success rate.
Second look at the defense quickly for Seattle. Aoki, Martin, Smith in the outfield, Seager, Marte, Cano, and Lind in the infield from third to first. Clevenger behind the plate.
And Kyle Seager over at third base won the Gold Glove in 2014. He's very good in that position for a number of years. It's the second Seattle Mariner to win the Gold Glove at that third base position. Been very, very good so far. Once again, 3 errors.
Escobar swinging at the first pitch. And it's no balls and 1 strike. The Angel third baseman hitting .304, 3 home runs, 9 runs batted in. Mentioned that he missed yesterday. It's the first game that he hadn't played in all season long. Diving for a baseball a couple of games ago. Came up lame on the right thumb. But everything is back to being all right. The Angels did not hit for the second consecutive day on the field anyway, as far as live BP. Hit down in the cages. And why not? They did hit yesterday. They picked up a win. See if they can do that again as this one's fouled back. Count remains at no balls, 2 strikes.
See that fastball from Iwakuma. That's his best fastball, 4-seam fastball upstairs at 87 miles an hour.
Iwakuma making his 15th career start against the Angels. 8-3 and a 2.67 ERA. That's in tight. It's 1-2. Re-signing with Seattle. He was a free agent in the offseason, had a deal in place with the Dodgers, and that fell apart. Seattle ended up inking him to another contract. Had 20 starts last year with 9-5 and a 3.54 ERA. Missed about 2+ months on the DL. Now it's low. It's 2-2. He had a lat issue last year.
You see those numbers against the Angels at home, 6-1 with an ERA 1.71, 2-2 at the Big A. And the ERA almost at 3.9.
Escobar flips one down the line. This one could fall in, and it does. It's a fair ball. A single to lead off the ball game.
Well, the Angels the last couple of games have worked that little flare into the outfield has worked effectively. And my Hyundai key for this game tonight, little Foo Fighters. Something from nothing, exactly on a swing like that, just trying to put it in play. You get a flare. When you get a mistake, that's when you do some damage. But keep working counts, keep putting the ball in play, make them make plays behind you.
Cole Calhoun in the leadoff spot last night. Ended up going 1 for 3. Had a sac fly. Picked up his 17th run batted in. Halos had a total of 13 hits last night. 28 hits combined over the last 2 games. He will take a strike. Three infielders on the right side. Cole takes that pitch inside. Second start for Iwakuma against the Angels this season. 8 innings last time at the Big A. 1-1, foul back.
It's a good swing right there on the fastball. You mentioned Iwakuma's fastball, not as firm this year. Average fastball for him, 87.4 miles per hour. That's as far as when you talk about, sometimes you talk about the fastest fastball, the slowest average fastball. Iwakuma, 5th slowest amongst Major League starters at 87.4 miles per hour this season.
Escobar over at first with a leadoff single. This one's fouled off into the seats. Count remains at 1-2. Iwakuma's coming off a loss against the Astros at Minute Maid Park. Gave up 3 runs in that one. Went 5 innings through 98 pitches. Hasn't had any real blow-up games. Gave up 5 runs against the Astros here on April 27th. Got a no decision when he faced the Angels back on April the 22nd, a game that Seattle eventually won in extra innings. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Clevenger snapped throw to first. Escobar easily back.
And working some counts pretty good already. 11 pitches thrown in his first inning for Iwakuma. Clevenger has thrown out 18% of would-be base stealers this season. Again, it used to be very difficult to steal a base against Iwakuma. A little bit slower, more deliberate to the plate this year. With a split finger fastball now.
Trout on deck. 2-2. Bouncer foul. Nick Lentz calling the balls and strikes tonight. Mark Reberger at first base, fielding Colbert at second, and Jim Reynolds over at third. Colbert, the crew chief, at second base. Spacious ballpark at his Safeco Field. Great crowd tonight. Had a great one last night. Kyle Seager bobblehead giveaway tonight. Last night they had 34,000 plus. More today. Two. This is ripped past Cano in the right field, so back-to-back singles. And the Angels have 2 on with nobody out. And Trout coming up.
So good battles at the plate so far against Iwakuma, even though getting ahead of the count on both hitters. Eventually got a mistake and capitalize. All speed pitch, looked like a split finger fastball that stayed plain. Didn't have that dip to it. Lateral movement instead.
Trout hitting .302, 7 home runs, 24 runs batted in. 1 for 3 game last night with an RBI double. Also had a couple of walks. Just caught the inside corner.
Well, they're throwing a lot of fastballs in against Trout.
Oh, 1. Fouled back. No balls and 2 strikes.
Well, that pitch, that slider was right down the heart of the plate. Lower part of the strike zone. Trout just missed that one. And trying to take care of a mistake. Been very good with runners in scoring position. Last 15 tries, 7 hits after starting off the season in that category with 0 for 11 for Trout.
Trout, a .231 hitter in his career against Iwakuma, 9 for 39 with a home run. Yunel Escobar now with that base hit, 5 for 11. Other than that, there aren't too many Angels that have had tremendous success against the right-hander. Escobar at second, Calhoun at first. Nobody out here in the first inning. Now back.
Made a mistake on that fastball too. 0-2. Tried to go upstairs. The target was set by Clevenger high and out of the strike zone, and ended up being the upper part of the strike zone. And Trout's batting average on high pitches, upper part of the strike zone, .500 this season, which is tops in baseball. It's been all over that high pitch. He's seen enough over the last couple of seasons as pitchers tried to adjust to his ability to hit low pitches. Been very good on high pitches this year.
This one's pulled toward third. Seager has it. Gets rid of it quickly. Cano's return to first is dug out by Lynn. Double play. And there are 2 outs with a man at third.
Not easy to be able to turn a double play, but that was a quick feed, but a low throw to Cano, but strong arm he has, and a scoop by Lynn at first base. Complete a 5-4-3 double play. Couple low throws in that sequence, but still able to get it because of that quick throw from Seager at third base.
Yeah, you don't have much of a choice. If you're trying to turn two anyway, you got to just get rid of it as quickly as possible. So 2 outs and Pujols at the plate. Man at third base. Now for DHing, batting in the 4th spot, hitting .201 after picking up a couple of singles last night. 2 for 5 overall. Lifts this one out to right. It's playable for Seth Smith. So the Angels get the first 2 on to start the game and get nothing out of it. We'll head to the bottom of the first, scoreless. Check out Scott Service's lineup for the Seattle Mariners sitting atop the American League West. A 1.5-game lead at the start of the day with a 21-14 record. Nori Aoki leading things off in left. Seth Smith and right. Robinson Cano at second. Nelson Cruz at DH. Kyle Seager the third baseman. Adam Lind at first. Steve Clevenger is the catcher. Ketel Marte drops down to the 8th spot. He's the shortstop, and Leonis Martin rounding out that starting 9. He will patrol center field as they take on the 28-year-old right-hander native of Maracaibo, Venezuela. And it's Yolis Chacin is what and how his name is pronounced.
Chacin, 27 strikeouts in 26 2/3 innings pitched. My go-tos for him to be successful here today. Stay within yourself. Don't overthrow. Utilize all your pitches. Use that cutter for outs. He's got a very good cut fastball, both inside against lefties and away against righties.
First one's in for a strike. The Angels acquiring Chacin for a minor league pitcher by the name of Adam McCreary. 5 starts for the Atlanta Braves this year. 1-2 and a 5.40 ERA. That one misses low. It's 1 ball, 1 strike on Aoki.
Is that the singer from American Idol?
No, that'd be Scotty.
Oh,
McCreary.
My bad.
No relation.
No relation.
No. Aoki hitting .240. Fouls that one at the plate. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Chacin originally got to the big leagues with the Colorado Rockies. Last year pitched briefly with the Arizona Diamondbacks, and then this year with the Atlanta Braves before getting traded here to the Angels. Chopper towards short. That's Petit. 1 down. Check out the Angels defense tonight. Daniel Nava at left, Mike Trout at center, Cole Calhoun in right. The infield with Yunel Escobar and Gregorio Petit on the left side, Johnny Giavotella, CJ Cron on the right, Carlos Perez behind the plate.
And Petit making his 29th career start at shortstop, 29 career starts at second base, and 18 at third base. Able to retire Aoki, who's had some good numbers against Chacin with 3 career home runs against him. He keeps that ball down, gets a ground ball right at Petit.
Seth Smith, a .250 average. 0 for 3 last night, hit by a pitch, drew a walk. Couple doubles, 4 home runs, 14 runs batted in.
Former teammates together back in Colorado.
1-2.
Put together 2 seasons back in 2010 and 2011.
Smith goes down swinging for the second out of the inning.
Pretty nasty curveball. In his first punch out as an Angel. Straight down, swing and miss against a guy that's had some real good at-bats, not only this year but throughout his career against Angel pitching.
Robinson Cano will bow with nobody on base.
So far the Angels have pitched him very well. 118 batting average, but a dangerous hitter, especially on that first pitch. Looked like he was determined to take that first pitch. A lot of off-speed pitches first pitch against him last night.
Robinson, a 1 for 5 game, doubled in the 8th inning. Takes a strike on the outside corner.
Now, if you're a pitcher right now, you're seeing that pitch called in the outside corner. Nick Lentz is going to call that pitch away. Live there. Very difficult pitch to square up as a hitter. Now, a hitter, you make that adjustment when you see that pitch called away.
First time she's seen his face the Mariners. First time he's ever pitched in this ballpark. That's down toward left field. Navo will curl around and make the catch. We'll send the shoe tops there. 1-2-3 inning for Chacin, and his Angels debut will head to the second with no score. Second here in Seattle, game 2 of a 3-game series. Every moment matters. Join us for Family Sunday, presented by Yakult Probiotic Drink on May 29th as the Angels take on the Astros at 12:35. Visit the Gate 5 courtyard for fun activities. And after the game, kids in attendance get to run the bases. Visit Angels.com to get your tickets today.
There's definitely a ton of Angel fans here tonight. Chance to run the bases. That's always a fun thing.
Make baseball fun again, right? Isn't that the whole mantra now?
Yes, indeed.
Just don't F-bomb the umpire.
No.
No bueno. Daniel Nava hitting .235, 8 for 34, 1 home run, 3 runs batted in. 1 for 4 game last night, had an RBI single in the 4th inning. At that point, had given the Angels a 1-0 lead. Angels eventually fell behind 5-1 until the 7th. They started their comeback. Little flare. Ketel Marte will make the catch. Round number 1.
Try that little flare again, but this time Marte's able to run that one down.
A lot of jam shots in the first 2 games already.
With the shift on, something as Seattle does often. Marte able to go back and track that one down. As far as ranking, as far as teams shifting a lot, the Mariners 3rd in baseball, coming in this game 420 times. They've employed the shift.
Cron takes a breaking ball for a strike. I'd like to know what they define as a shift, because if you look where Robinson Cano is playing right now, he's on the second base side. Is that considered a shift, or is it he's got to be on the 3 infielders on one side defensively to be considered a shift?
That's what, yeah, but I would think if I'm looking right now the way Cano is, that would be considered for me a shift,
because it's not the traditional second base position. So there's got to be some parameters set forth for that. Cron bounces this one to 3rd. Low throw, and Alan Lynn digging it out once again. 2 outs.
There's been a couple good plays at first base. Seager had to back up on that tough in-between hop off the bat of C.J. Cron, and Adam Lynn is able to scoop another low throw.
Givitella takes a strike. Johnny at .212, a home run and 6 RBIs. Multi-hit game last night, 2 for 5 with a single and a double.
3 for 10 in his career versus Iwakuma.
One ball, 1 strike.
And one thing you don't want to allow to happen. A couple hits to start the game against Iwakuma, have him on the rope, especially with Trout and Pujols up. Gets through it. You don't want him to settle in. We've seen what he has done against the Angels in this ballpark.
He's usually one of those guys that once the tempo is set, he starts feeling comfortable. You almost got to make him slow down and change his pace a little bit. Bouncer down the line, foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, he will slow down the pace with runners on, but when he's in that full windup, he works pretty quickly.
Full count. Carlos Perez on deck. Johnny lines it out the left field, a 2-out single.
Boy, and Iwakuma continues to have a tough time with his all-speed pitch. Hitters coming into this game, 322 batting average against Iwakuma on his off-speed pitch. And there again, something elevated, off-speed, and a base hit by Givitella.
3rd hit for the Angels. They had the first 2 guys reach to start the game, but Trout hit into a double play, and then Pujols fly down on the first pitch to end the first. Off the plate. Carlos off to a slow start. 149 average, couple doubles, 4 runs batted in.
Giovanni Soto behind the dish last night. Ended up going 1 for 5. Mentioned Seattle sitting atop the division with that 21-14 record. Game and a half lead. It's a chopper over to third. Seager will go across the diamond. Halo's done here in the second. We'll head to the bottom of the frame. Scoreless. Second, just seen to face Cruz, Seager, and Lind here at Safeco Field. Great crowd, as we mentioned, on hand tonight. You got dibs? You like dibs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, some cotton candy around. There's a lot of good things at the ballpark. Love ballpark food.
All right, so if you had one thing that you had to choose, dibs or cotton candy?
Dibs.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh? I had no idea. That's your cotton candy guy through and through. Wearing a cotton candy color tonight.
Oh, yeah. That's how I roll.
Nelson Cruz, the DH, hitting .270 with 7 home runs and 20 runs batted in. I suppose it is, Gooby.
Yes.
Chassin with a 1-2-3 first, including a strikeout of Seth Smith.
That's a pretty good cut fastball, just barely off the outside corner.
Another one, 2-2. Just seen the first Venezuelan-born pitcher to make a start for the Angels since Kelvin Escobar on June 6, 2009 at Detroit. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Down goes Cruz. 1 out.
That's an excellent sequence. A couple cut fastballs in a row, followed by a four-seam fastball outside corner located perfectly. It's a good job of calling those pitches there by Carlos Perez. Going with that pattern and working it well. And always the advantage to the pitcher when you face a club that's never seen you before.
Kyle Seager takes down low, hitting .237, 7 home runs, 21 runs batted in for Mariner third baseman. 2.
In that outside corner with his two-seam fastball.
Breaking pitch, foul at the plate.
Besides his fastball so far in this game, his slider, his curveball, and his cut fastball have been effective.
Fouled off with that high fastball. Just seen a 14-game winner with the Rockies in 2013. 31 starts for the Rocks that year. A 3.47 ERA. This is pulled foul. Parts of 6 years with Colorado. And amassed a 38-48 record and a 3.78 ERA. Last year signed with Cleveland. Minor league deal, was pitching at AAA, got released by the Indians, signed with the Diamondbacks the following year, or following day I should say. Pitched at AAA there, eventually got to the big leagues, pitched 5 games, 4 starts for the Diamondbacks. So liner out to right, it's a base hit with 1 out here in the second.
And fastball upper part of the strike zone, inner half against Seager. Very good as far as bringing his hands inside on a baseball in the inner half of the plate.
Adam Lind, the first baseman, takes a strike. This one's out towards center, hit well. Trout racing back, curls around at the wall, leaps up. Did he get it? No, he did not. A 2-run home run for Adam Lind. And the Mariners take a 2-0 lead here in the second.
Boy, Lind drove that ball pretty far the other way. It looked like Trout was going to try to track that one down back to the wall. And just beyond his glove. Quite get there in time. See that just over the glove. Would have been one of those amazing plays once again by Trout. Just missed a couple of them so far this year.
And that's that ball off a left-handed bat that just has enough slice and keeps tailing away from you. Because it was hit on the line, you've got to get back there as quickly as possible.
Yeah, it wasn't hit high where he can drift back and have that timing even more so against the wall. See his reaction. He just felt he just missed it. But again, running away from his left-handed batter, tailing away from him.
This one over to first. Cron will take it himself. Clevenger is retired for round number 2. So base is clear for Ketel Marte. Switch hitting shortstop takes a strike.
Ching is showing a pretty good curveball. It's back-to-back one out of the strikes, and that one getting in the strike zone against a very hot hitter in Marte.
Chopper back to the mound. Chacin has it. That'll be the third out, but Seattle strikes first. A single by Seager, a home run by Lynn. We'll head to the third. Angels down 2-0. On the Adam Lind home run, his second home run of the season as we begin the third. The Angels have 9-1-2 up. Gregorio Petit, Dunel Escobar, and Cole Calhoun to face Sashi Iwakuma. Has allowed 3 singles, nothing more, no strikeouts, no walks. Out to right. Smith backs up and to his right a little bit, puts it away, and there's the first out.
Well, here's the timeless moment brought to you by Coors Banquet. Back on this date, 1967, the Mick. Mickey Mantle hits his 500th career home run, becoming the 6th player ever to hit 500 home runs. He did it against the Baltimore Orioles. He won that game 6-5. Since that point now, 27 career big leaguers now with 500 or more home runs.
It's crazy how that number continues to grow.
I remember having that in my house, that poster signed by the 500 home run club, thinking, oh, that's going to be pretty exclusive for a lot of years.
That's the one, the litho at Yankee Stadium?
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
Standing. That's a cool litho.
Yeah.
Escobar skies went out to shallow left. Aoki comes in. 2 down.
Four fly ball outs. 4 outs via the ground ball so far in the game for Iwakuma.
Cole had a single to right in the first inning. He's 1 for 1. These are those times where you really don't want to let Iwakuma settle in, as he's done oh so often against the Angels. And now with a lead. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And what we've seen over the years with Iwakuma, though, when he gets that lead, even though you have a chance on him early on, you have to capitalize. Boy, all of a sudden that split finger gets a little bit better, spots his fastball more consistently. So far this year, right-handed batters 274, left-handed batters 280 against them.
Cole hits one out toward right. Field is a Smith on the run, makes the catch. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Iwakuma. 2-0 Seattle as we head to the bottom of the 3rd.
Pretty good efforts in the outfield so far in this game. It's worthy of a Carl's Cam replay. Trout almost able to bring back the 2-run home run by Adam Lind, just barely over the glove. Had to go a long way to the wall, over the glove. And then Seth Smith able to run down a shot hit by Cole Calhoun to finish off the inning.
Martina bouncer to Crone. 1 away.
You see that shot by Cole, thinking had a chance to get right down there in the corner, but Seth Smith, good angle we had there. Both were worthy of a Carl's Cam replay. Seth Smith, very good catch, and Trout's almost great catch in left center field.
And while Cole hit that ball well, didn't barrel it up. Just got in enough on the hands. Smith able to track it down. Nori Aoki 0 for 1. Ground ball to short. Chacin giving up a 2-run home run to Adam Lind in the 2nd. Jolis not allowed a home run through his first 4 starts this year, but then gave up 4 in his last start. And now 1 here today. Ground ball back up the middle. Petit is there. 2 down. Petit's retired Aoki twice tonight.
Something he's had a tough time throughout his career against him, with 3 home runs against Chacin so far in his career.
It's got to be on a hanging breaking ball, right? And
You would
Aoki
think
just
so.
kind of pulls it with him.
Yeah,
down
brings
the
it
line.
right down the line.
Yeah.
Exactly. 5 ground ball outs to this point from Shashin.
One ball, one strike. Smith struck out in the first, one of two strikeouts for Shashin. Three balls, one strike.
And change up just barely off the outside corner.
Robinson, Cano on deck. Taylor's in the fourth of Trout, Pujols, and Nava coming up. 3-1. Ground ball over to first. Sounds like Smith broke his bat. Cron will take it himself, and a 1-2-3 inning for Shashin. To the fourth we go. Angels left Trout to lead things off, down 2-0.
Nothing here in the top of the fourth. And now it's time for In the Driver's Seat, brought to you by Key, with Mike Trout coming to the plate. Last night, picked up his 150th career double in the seventh inning. Only Angel in club history with 150-plus doubles, 125-plus home runs, and over 100 steals in Angel history.
No way, Mike Trout with a first? Get out of here.
Who would ever thought that?
No chance. Every year there's something new.
Yeah.
Trout grounded into a double play to end the first, or pardon me, in the first. Pujols' flying ball ended the first. This one to the left side. Seager cuts it off. One out.
Well, I can't take Seager off my list as far as defenders. He's made 4 plays already today.
And, you know, the folks here are obviously very happy. It's Kyle Seager bobblehead night, so anytime he makes a play, they're pretty pumped about it. But they continue to pitch Trout on the inside part of the plate.
Inside, inside, inside. Either it's up and in, we saw that a lot last night, or down and in for Iwakuma. One thing you notice about with Clevenger, he's calling for a fastball away from Iwakuma, but he's still staying middle part of the plate, and it's going to move the glove to try to frame the pitch. A lot of pitchers like that, where you stay towards the middle and just move the glove slightly inside outside. So he's not moving a whole lot. He's staying middle part of the plate.
Bouncer foul. Now it missed as it kind of rode back on the inside part of the plate.
Former Angel catcher and Philly catcher Bob Boone was very, very good at that. Stay towards the middle and this kind of frame pitches on both corners. Allowed the umpire to see the pitches much better to get those borderline pitches called because the catcher's not moving too far off either corner.
This one's skied to shallow left. Roof scraper. Ketel Marte makes the catch for out number 2. MLB.TV Premium, the #1 live streaming sports service, delivers everything you've come to expect and more. Watch every out-of-market game live in HD on over 400 supported devices. Includes a free subscription to @Bat Premium, the #1 app for live baseball. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV for details today. All right, I'm pretty sure it's good to go.
Yep. I was thinking that baseball might have hit the roof. He was looking up there.
Protein shake.
Yes.
Six straight retired by Iwakuma. That's a single by Giavotella. Nava popped out to Marte, the shortstop. He lifts this one out the left. Halos down in order once again to the bottom of the 4th. We go. It's 2-0 Seattle. Heads to the Monster Mile at Dover with its Sprint Cup Series racing. Jimmy Johnson looks to defend his title from last year. It's 8:30 a.m. Pacific on FS1 or watch it live on Fox Sports Go.
My neck of the woods. Dover.
Yeah, right. Cano, Cruz, and Seager here in the 4th inning with Seattle leading at 2-0. Adam Lind hit his 2nd home run of the season. Just beyond the reach of Mike Trout, left center. Two balls, no strikes. Cano, fly ball to left field in the 1st.
Those dangerous counts against Cano now. Very important if you're going to throw a pitch near the strike zone, maybe an off-speed pitch and have it run down and away.
This one's down the left field line. Nava moving over. It's slicing and it is foul. Taking aim at that 331-foot mark down the left field line.
That's how good Robinson Cano is. That's a pretty good changeup. You see the location of this pitch. On a 2-0 pitch, changeup away, and still nearly drives this one out. See how close that is, right at that 331 sign. Great job with our camera. Able to track that one down. See that batting average in this month on the Daniel Murphy better. Cano hitting .426. Ryan Braun continues to swing well from Milwaukee.
Rolls a foul. Got him. Swinging down goes Cano, one away with the off-speed pitch once again. Third strikeout for Chacin.
Well, that had great break to it too for Chacin. It's a great changeup running down and away. The Angels at this point have done a nice job against Robinson Cano. 2 for 19. Batting average barely over 100.
Nelson Cruz takes down and away. He struck out swinging, leading off the second. Only 2 hits for Seattle in the second inning. A single by Seager and then the home run by Lynn as this one's out to right. Cole comes in. 2 down. Here comes Seager. Base at the right field in the second inning. One mistake so far for Chacin in his Angels debut. 51 pitches for the righty. 35 strikes.
I like what I'm seeing from him too. With a left-handed batter up, he's pointing over to CJ Cron to tell me he has that position. He can play a little bit deeper at first base, defensively, more coverage for him.
This one hit sharply past Giavotella. He beats the shift. Second hit of the night for Seager, and it comes with 2 outs here in the fourth.
This fastball was elevated and by Giavotella at second base. Seager before the night just 2 for 16 this year against the Angels, but 2 for 2 tonight.
Home run for Lynn in the second of the year. The RBI is 6th. RBIs, I should say, 6th and 7th.
Amazing thing about that at bat for Adam Lynn, his last one against Chacin, hit that one out on an off-speed pitch. Batting average coming into this game on off-speed pitches .098, which is worst in baseball on off-speed pitches, but that one he hit out to left center field.
2-1. A 3-1 count, 2 outs. We're in the 4th. Clevenger's on deck. Both teams now with 3 hits. Temperatures in the mid to upper 70s yesterday. A lot cooler today.
Yeah, not quite there today.
No. But not cold. It's nice. Breaking ball. In there, full count.
Yeah, a lot of the strike zone. And then maybe thought it might have been high. Looking at our Fox tracks, it's definitely a lot of the strike zone.
High in the strike zone.
Yes. Or it could have been the look where that's a pitch I should do some damage to.
Yeah.
If we'll try that power sinker going down and away now. Got away with that pitch mainly because he was looking fastball.
Seager's going to take off here on this pitch. Interesting. With 3-2, 2 outs and a left-handed batter at first base is playing back. That's Crone. That a pitcher would step off and look over. Unfortunately, he stepped off. Otherwise, it's a balk. Seager goes, then pulls one over to the shift. That's Giavitello in shallow right. Inning comes to an end. 4 complete in Seattle. The Angels trail at 2-0.
Angels baseball on Fox Sports West is brought to you by Subaru Love's Promise. Subaru's pledge is to do right by the communities in which we all live and work. And by El Pollo Loco. Try the new double chicken salads today.
C.J. Crow ready to lead things off for the Angels here in this gorgeous ballpark. It's called Safeco Field. Roof is closed tonight. Crone, Giavitello, and Perez 6, 7, and 8 for the Angels. The 5th. 7th straight retired by Hisashi Iwakuma.
Very good in his last 15 games. Looking to have a good swing here.
Borderline strike. CJ grounded out in the 2nd inning. 0 for 1. Seager's been busy tonight already with 4 ground balls his way. This one's popped up. Right side of the infield. Adam Lynn calling for it. 1 away.
Again, not possessing that overpowering fastball, or at least the movement on his fastball as much as he has in the past. He would come a lot of off-speed pitches and a lot of fly ball outs.
At what point does it become more of a psychological thing? Because obviously Iwakuma, you go back to 3 years ago, whatever, then you could say, all right, legit stuff. You just hope you find a way. Now he doesn't have that stuff. The movement is just okay. But for some reason, the lineup still can't figure him out.
It seemed like they're trying to drive the ball instead of line drives up the middle. Talk
More
about it so often, using that middle part of the field.
Johnny picked up a single in his first at bat. He's the last man to reach.
And one thing Iwakuma still does very well, he spots his pitches, does not walk batters. So he's going to be around the plate. A lot of times, outside of Trout, he's pitching away.
Not a bad idea, especially if you push bunt towards first, make Lynn move around.
And Cano basically up the middle.
Yeah.
Iwakuma fields his position very, very well.
One ball, two strikes. I don't know that I can say that I've seen an Angel try to bunt for a base hit this year. Nothing stands out.
I remember, what, did Cole Calhoun try to, he pushed one down the line.
Yeah, I did. You're right.
Third baseline with a shift on him. That's about it.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Boy, and anytime you have a conversation with Rod Carew, he always is adamant about, you got to try that often. What it does brings your corner infielders in. But also, if you lay down a perfect bunt, it's a hit. It's money in the bank. The rest of your at bats, if you mix in another hit, you're going to hit 2 for 4 for the game.
Full count. Perez on deck.
It's convincing the hitter to try that. To try to push bunt, drag bunt. Looks the same as that little flare in the outfield. It's still a base hit if you get it down well.
Off the ankle area. Johnny was a protective guard. That left instep.
Right off that guard and shin area.
Payoff, missed outside. It's a walk. First one issued by Iwakuma. Giavatello's been on board twice. Stay tuned later tonight in the post-game show for the business of sports, brought to you by AutoNation.com and powered by AutoNation Scion Buena Park.
We'd love to see Carlos get back to his approach we saw last year a lot, especially at the end, second half of the season. That line drive to center field, to right center field, didn't try the pull. You could still pull if there's a mistake on the inner half, but think line drive with the wave going now.
Hit and run is on this one. Flare down the right field line. Long run for Smith, and it'll go foul.
I know it's one of your all-time favorite when you see the wave going around the stadium.
Oh, yeah. It's a classic, Gooby.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Remember it well back in 1984 when they did that going. They had it really going in Tiger Stadium when they had that roll. Oh, yeah. Wow. That was pretty good.
One ball, one strike.
And again, when you start off the season with 35-5, you can have fun all the time at the ballpark if you were a Tiger fan on the way to the World Championship.
On the corner, 1-2.
See, that's a pitch right there. That slider, just a little tilt to that slider, but a pitch that Carlos can hit well to right center field. Looked like he was open up trying to pull the baseball. Just stay back, shoot the ball the other way.
Goes down swinging. 2 down. First strikeout for Iwakuma.
After a slider away, came with a four-seam fastball away.
Go back to your point. You go back and look at that swing, that left hip.
It's opened up. He's trying to
the wrong
pull
way.
everything. And that's a pitch right there, especially at 87 out over the plate, outside corner. That when you're swinging and seeing the ball well, you should hit that ball hard.
Gregorio Petit, the starting shortstop tonight, takes a strike. He had a fly ball to right field to lead off to third. 1 for 2 last night in his Angels debut. Came on as a pinch hitter in the 7th inning. And he was part of that 2-run rally that started off the comeback for the Angels. This was lined to center. It's a base hit. Bobbled, and Giamatello is going to take third, and he's in there safely. Johnny was going to stop at second until Martin bobbled that baseball, so he should get charged with an error.
That's the thing sometimes with Martin. We talked about his very good throwing arm. Just kind of looked up. When he's got to go lateral left or right, that's the one time that the Angels will try to take an extra base, even though Giamatello is not going to go necessarily on that one, but they will challenge him when he comes in on the baseball. That's a different story against Martin in center.
They're not giving him an error, so Johnny just advancing on the single. First and third, 2 outs. Junel Escobar at the plate. Junel 1 for 2 with a single and a fly ball to left. Takes low. Pretty good lead over at first base for Petit.
With the hanging breaking ball there. Well, so often you don't get that baseball back when you throw a slider like that.
They just now gave Martin an error on that play. That's his first error of the year. Ball on a strike on Escobar. Ground ball up the middle. That's where Cano is at. They'll force out Petit. The Angels are done here in the 5th. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th with Seattle still up 2-0.
By authority of the Los Angeles Angels, it may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP. Those foam trout hats, I mean, they're easy to pack.
Yeah.
They don't weigh you down.
Nope. Be able to travel well all the way up here to Seattle.
Fold up well. Chacin delivers ball one on Clevenger. Bottom third of the order for the Mariners here in the fifth. Clevenger, Marte, and Martin. Sid Clevenger, the catcher, acquired an offseason deal with the Baltimore Orioles. That was Mark Trumbo going the other way. That's worked out well for the Orioles.
No question. Trumbo's having a fantastic start of the season.
Two balls and a strike.
11 home runs, 27 RBI for Trumbo so far this year.
Clevenger hits one out to right center field. Cole racing back, and he'll make the catch shy of the track. I was going to say Clevenger doesn't like the fact we're talking about Trumbo.
Might be right, but hey, he's going back to the dugout right now after a well-hit baseball ran down by Cole Calhoun.
The only difference is his Trumbos would have left the yard.
Yeah.
Too soon?
Never.
No. One out.
Everyone's saying, well, Trumbo's hitting in that hitter-friendly ballpark. With Trumbo, Yosemite's a good park for him to hit in.
Yeah, Yellowstone, pick one.
Yes, crushes the baseball.
Yeah. Ketel Marte takes a strike. Bounce one back to Chacin in the second inning. Well, the Mariners have had a revolving door at shortstop for a while.
They're in good hands right now, though.
This kid can flat out play it short. Bounces this one to the right side. Crone's got it on two hops. Two down. Every fan matters, and the Angels take on the Orioles. Speaking of the Orioles, they're coming to town Friday, May 20th at 7:05. Fans in attendance will receive a commemorative trout wall catch figurine, courtesy of Cox Communications, while supplies last. Visit angels.com/promotions to get your tickets today.
Almost made a very similar play to that. That would have been a similar look. Going back and almost robbed Adam Lind of a two-run home run tonight.
Yeah. Should have given that one away against the Mariners.
Yeah.
The salt wound.
Montero.
He gone. No longer with Seattle. Blue Jays, right?
Sounds right.
Dylan Martin 0 for 1 as he grounded out to Crone. Back in the third. Chopper over the second. 1-2-3 inning for Chacin. 5 complete. 2-0 Seattle.
part of the lineup Mike Social likes to stay connected. Cole Calhoun, Mike Trout, Albert Pujols leading off here in the top of the 6th. Trying to get back in the game down 2-0. Cole Calhoun already base hit in the game. Going to get on for Trout, followed by Pujols. And a good shot Cole hit to right field as Seth Smith ran down.
Slow breaking ball from Iwakuma, misses up and away. Cole fouls it off.
And my Hyundai key for this game, the Angels to be successful against Iwakuma, something from nothing. Obviously, when he makes a pitch, that's when you got to jump on it. Even when he's spotting his pitches, you still have to think of line drive up the middle.
This is ripped into right. He's had some comfortable swings against Iwakuma tonight. 2 for 3, leadoff man on board. And Trout coming up.
In the lower part of the strike zone. Another good swing from Cole. See if Trout can make an adjustment on a fastball inside. He's seen a ton of them in this series at this point.
Are the acoustics different for you with the roof closed? They sound, the ball off the bat sound a little different?
Yeah, oh, there's no doubt. Even though you wouldn't think so, because there's still a lot of open space here. And it's still chilly in here.
Trout 0 for 2. Double play ball and a ground out. Cano towards the middle of the infield. Big hole on the right side. Lind holding Calhoun on. That's popped up right side. Adam Lind. Foul territory. Steve Clevenger, the catcher, calls him off. 1 down.
It's a pitch right down the heart of the plate, and Trout just got underneath it. We talked about that a lot in this game so far, where some pitches, some hittable pitches. This fastball, he just got underneath, pulled off it just enough. Didn't quite have that level swing we're so used to seeing. This is the top part of that bat and pops it up. That's a fastball down the heart of the plate at 86. And enough of those pitches inside make you have those type of swings.
Albert's up 0 for 2. Fly ball to right and a fly ball to left. Halos with 5 hits, Seattle with 3. One of theirs counting for 2. Home run by Lind. That was in the 2nd. Besides that mistake, Chacin has pitched very well in his Angels debut. Albert doesn't like the call, but caught the inside corner. Nick Lentz, the home plate umpire, is a AAA call-up filling in this weekend.
I think Albert would love that pitch back. It's only maybe like he's setting him up to come back inside with a fastball. Because that's a pitch he can hit out to left field. See if Iwakuma comes back inside. Looks like he's going to go away now.
Pulled down the line, foul.
He got that pitch on the
0-2.
See, a lot of times hitters will give you that look as if, well, maybe you thought it was a ball or you were uncomfortable, but they're setting you up to try to bring you back inside once again. And he did. And Albert just pulled that one foul. Dwight Evans was very good with that, with the Red Sox, especially later in his career.
dribbler foul. Off-speed pitch. Or either an off-speed pitch or he took something off the fastball. Had Albert reaching for it.
Man, his average fastball this season's been 87.4. So that could have been a sinker. He's going to throw a two-seam fastball outer part of the plate, try to bring it back on the corner.
Fouled back. Calhoun with a leadoff single. Trout popped out. Now Pujols. Good battle for Albert. Iwakuma now at 75 pitches, 53 strikes. 1 strikeout, 1 walk, and 5 hits allowed. Hits all singles.
We said that a lot at home at the Big A. A number of the hits for the Angels were singles until that last game. We saw last night also some extra base hits.
Albert in his career coming into tonight 6 for 42 against Iwakuma. 0 for 2 so far. Another 0-2. Trying to reach this one and foul it off to the right. Souvenir Central.
A lot of pitches thrown for being on an 0-2 count from fastballs in, splitters, sliders away. One pitch earlier in the season and Iwakuma was having a tough time with has been his slider, although much better of late. Well, it's taken a long time to throw it, but then in the midst of trying to throw the baseball, the timeout was called. Pretty good sized lead for Cole Calhoun.
Pujols pops it up. Robinson Cano puts it away. 2 down.
Ten fly ball outs by Iwakuma. We're in the 6th inning.
And of those 10, really the only one that had some carry to it was the one that Cole hit that Smith tracked down.
A lot of pop-ups off the end of the bat, getting underneath baseballs. Instead of on the barrel of the bat, getting on the top of the bat. It's still one swing here from Nava. All of a sudden it's a tie game.
Nava's popped out to short, hit a fly ball to left. 0 for 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Seattle have with the top of its order coming up in the 6th.
80 pitches thrown, 18 in the first inning thrown, 18 in the 5th inning, 15 so far. This inning for Iwakuma, very economical, especially in that 3rd and 4th inning, combined 15 pitches.
That is ripped down the right field line, and that is a fair ball into the corner. Calhoun racing to 3rd. He's going to be waved in. Nava in at 2nd. It's an RBI double, and it's a 2-1 Mariner lead. Nava with his first double of the season picks up his 4th RBI.
And Clevenger wanted that fastball upstairs and ended up being on the inner part of the plate at about belt high. See the target set, but missed. Clevenger had to reach way back for that one. And Nava hooks that down the line for an RBI double, his first double as an Angel. Will Stoudemire Jr. going out to talk to him with his interpreter. That's the swing we saw from Nava all spring training long, using the whole field. Even his last at bat, a deep fly to left field. This one hook it down the line. He'll be able to get that foot down and then clearing the hips. He'll get the barrel of the bat and hook that one right down the line. That is a perfect swing from Daniel Nava.
Tying run down scoring position. C.J. Cron at the plate. He's 0 for 2. Ground ball to 3rd and a pop up to 1st.
Perfect position for C.J. Cron, who's hit very well with runners in scoring position. Has one now with Daniel Nava at 2nd.
Breaking ball, first pitch in for a strike.
C.J. Cron hitting .462 coming into this game with runners in scoring position. See that batting average, 6th best in Major League Baseball with runners in scoring position. Doing very well, even behind the count in these spots where he's just trying to put it in play. That's Seth Smith playing very deep in right, a little flare in that right field. Should be able to score Nava.
Oh-2 pitch. And Cron goes down swinging at the breaking ball, and the inning comes to an end. But the Angels do strike for a run. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Angels down 2-1. Tomorrow's probables brought to you by Honda. Hector Santiago on the mound for the Angels. Felix Hernandez going for the M's.
It should be a really good pitching matchup for an afternoon game. Get Hector back on track.
Yolis Chacin facing the top of the order here in the 6th inning. Oakey, Smith, and Cano. Angels down 2-1. Chacin's allowed 3 hits, 2 singles and a home run. Aoki's 0 for 2, twice having grounded out to Petit, the shortstop.
Good curveball, good changeup. Fastball has been solid for Chacin in this game. Command of the strike zone coming into this inning. 68 pitches thrown, 45 strikes.
Two balls on a strike. Back toward the shortstop area. That's Petit. 3rd time tonight. Oakey's hit right to him. 1 down.
And Petit in the right position to field this ground ball. Right over the pitching mound, but in position. Another fine play from Petit.
Smith looks at a breaking ball for a strike. 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out. Line off the glove, trickles towards short. Petit has a good arm, can't come up with it. That would have been interesting if he could have come up with that ball cleanly. That's an infield single for Smith.
And with that arm he has, there would have been a play potentially. That was a rocket right back up the middle, but knocked down by the glove of Chacin. Good reaction to try to catch that line drive. Deflects it. Then very difficult to make that play, that spin of the baseball off the glove.
So Cano will bow with 1 on, 1 out. Robinson's 0 for 2. Struck out his last time up. See Chacin trying to force that pitch on the outside part of the plate.
Big moment in this game, especially when your offense gets a little bit closer. And a double by Daniel Navas scoring Cole Calhoun. And a very hot, difficult hitter at the plate.
Out towards shallow center field. Trout and Petit. Trout calling for it, makes the catch, 2 down.
And Petit wisely gets out of the way with the freight train coming at him. Able to track that one down last second to catch it. And Petit as an infielder going to go back until you're called off on that one. Last second, Trout calls him off, makes the play. Again, able to get Cano out again.
So 2 outs and a man on. Nelson Cruz takes the breaking ball low. Cross it maybe?
That's a strike too. If you keep that ball and catch that and frame it, that's going to be called a strike. Very difficult to get an umpire to call it a strike when you don't catch it. Try to keep that in the strike zone, but clearly lower part of the strike zone, that slider could have been called easily a strike.
2 balls, 1 strike. Yeah, something like that. So is that 15 games? 2-1. This one's fouled back.
Boy, got him out in front of that changeup. See by that swing from Nelson Cruz, his eyes wide open, thought that was a high fastball, but just enough off that pitch to get him out in front to pop it up and out of play. Hips were open up. Missed it. Just because of the changeup. Dipped the shoulder. Change in speeds. The most important thing to do as a pitcher, change speeds. As a hitter, you're just trying to put yourself in position to get a fastball. Cruz thought he was in that position, got a change up instead.
2-2. Got him swinging. Down goes Nelson Cruz, and Chacina's through 6. Just the second Angel starter to go 6 innings over the last 15 games.
This telecast of Angels baseball on Fox Sports West is brought to you by Infinity. Visit your local Southern California Infinity retailer for a test drive today. And by Energy Upgrade California. It's easy to stay golden at energyupgradeca.org.
Top of the 7th in Seattle. The Angels trailing by the score of 2-1. They'll have the bottom third of the order coming up against Hisashi Iwakuma. Great shot of Safeco Field.
They certainly did a fantastic job with this stadium.
Yep. It's about as big a crowd as I've seen here in Seattle in quite some time. And Johnny gets into one out to left field. Aoki moving back toward the corner, on the track, at the wall. Gone! A big fly for Johnny Giavatella. Ties it up at 2.
Johnny on the spot with that big fly. Jumping on an early pitch from Johnny Giavatella. And now it's time for a top-tier play of the game brought to you by Arco with Johnny Giavatella getting a chance to tie it up. Fastball inner half, brought his hands in and got the barrel of the bat on that one and hits it out to left field. His second home run. He's got a hit, a walk, and now a solo shot for Johnny Giavatella.
Carlos swinging a miss on the breaking ball. He's 0 for 2 with a ground down and a strikeout.
Those extra base hits are nice, aren't they? Double by Nava, bringing in 1. Home run by Giavatella, tying it up.
Carlos fouls it back. No balls, 2 strikes. 2 strikeouts, 1 walk for Iwakuma. That's down the right field line. Long run for Seth Smith toward foul line. He can't get it. It's a fair ball. A double for Carlos. Well, it looked like Smith was there to make the play.
You wonder if he goes into a slide, that slide down, to be able to be under better control with the body to make that play. Fastball up, went with the pitch. Now that's the swing we talked about, Victor. Remember we were just talking about early in the game with Carlos, and just by the glove and down in the corner, another extra base hit. The way he kept his hips in there and let his hands just travel, let that baseball travel a little deeper, shoots at the right, gets a double out of it. Third double this season.
Second base, nobody out. Gregorio Petit at the plate. Mariners anticipating a sacrifice. Petit 1 for 2. Singled in his last at bat in the 5th.
Could be a pickoff put on, but one thing to keep in mind, Iwakuma bounces off that mound very, very well. It's going to take a pretty good bunt to get Carlos Perez over to third.
Snap throw to second, and Clevenger was not fully committed to that. Ends up hitting Perez.
And the slide back.
Just cleared Perez. A little short hop throw. Johnny Givatella tying it up with a leadoff home run on the first pitch of the 7th. Top of the order, and Escobar on deck. The bunt on the third base side. Seager will field it. And they get the out. The sacrifice advances Carlos over to third.
That was a perfect bunt. That's the ideal bunt to put down. Make the third baseman field the ball. Then you have no play at third base, allowing Carlos Perez to advance. A 2-seam fastball, and it's down. Much easier baseball to bunt on the ground when it's a 2-seam sinking fastball, inner half. Got the job done. Petit made some good plays in the field. He's got a base hit now, sac bunt.
Got over 1,100 games in the minor leagues. He's been around. Limited time in the big leagues, but the veteran can still get the little things done. Vincent getting ready for Seattle in their bullpen. Joel Peralta getting ready as well. Peralta had some issues last night command-wise. Gave up a couple of runs late.
Infield in now for Seattle. Escobar looking for a pitch elevated enough to hit a deep fly ball to get the job done.
Escobar 1 for 3, had a single back in the first. Fielder's choice to Cano his last time up.
Try a little cut fastball away. It looked like Escobar was anticipating a fastball in. A lot of times as a pitcher with the infield in, the very first pitch, especially a right-handed pitcher against a right-handed batter, you will try to throw that fastball in on the hands.
Breaking pitch, foul back, and he had a pitch up in the zone too. 1-1. Long look in for Iwakuma. 1-1 pitch. That's a base hit to left field, and the Angels have taken a 3-2 lead. Escobar with his 10th RBI.
You're talking about doing a good job as far as bringing your hands in. That's an 89-mile-an-hour fastball, about a baseball or two off the inside corner. Brings his hands in and able to shoot that one through the drawn-in infield. That movement on there, but able to get good part of the bat on that. It's not easy to do, to bring your hands in like that, to be able to square up a baseball to get the job done.
Third hit allowed by Iwakuma in the 7th inning. 9 total hits in the ballgame. A pitching change. Iwakuma's being lifted. He gave up the home run to Giamatella to tie it. On the very first pitch of the 7th, Escobar's put the Angels on top 3-2 with a pitching change here in the 7th inning. This telecast of Angels baseball on Fox Sports West is brought to you by Mercury Insurance. On a mission to save you money, log on to MercuryInsurance.com today to get a fast, free quote and see how much you could save. And by your Southern California Toyota dealers. Here in the 7th with 1 out, a pitching change for Seattle. Scott Service pulls the starter Iwakuma. It's Joel Peralta taking over on the mound with Escobar standing at first base. It'll be Cole Calhoun stepping up to the plate. They're in and out, who's in, who's out. Peralta 1-0 at 3.52 ERA, pitching in his 18th game. Mentioned that he pitched last night. Gave up 2 runs, both earned on 3 hits.
Notice he starts in with that split finger fastball grip, throws a splitter, 86 to 90 range fastball and slider.
Gave up the home run to Crone down the right field line. Cole takes a breaking pitch outside. Cole 2 for 3 with a couple of singles and a fly ball to right. A 3-2 Angels lead here in the 7th.
And you can run on Peralta also. It's allowed 40 stolen bases and 49 attempts. That's only 18% of the time base stealers have been thrown out with Peralta on the mound.
That's down the right field line, but it's hooking foul. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Off speed, just out in front. See that reaction. Inner half, but just pulled off enough just because of the speed of the pitch. A lot of room down that third base line for Cole.
1-2.
Well, you can see how much room down that whole left side of the infield. Seager's working his way over towards second base. We saw that in spring training with Mitch Moreland. was at the plate against the Angels. They had all 4 infielders on the right side of the infield.
Trout on deck.
Cole looking for his first hit in his career against Peralta, 0 for 3. He had a good pitch to drive there. Fouled it straight back. It's never a good feeling when you're on the mound and you have a hitter have a swing like that and walk around. His nose, he was on that fastball.
One-two pitch, up and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two now. Cole hits one out to deep right field. Smith will watch this one go. That is going. A big fly for Cole Calhoun. And the Angels extend their lead to 5-2.
Boy, it's great to see Cole have a game like this tonight. 3 hits, almost had 4 if it wasn't a great play by Seth Smith in a right field. Split finger fastball. Clevenger won it down and away. A great bat flip too from Cole. Picks up his 3rd home run. 19th RBI. He has scored 2 runs in the game.
That's a hanger from Peralta.
But just like we've seen the last few games, some extra base hits late in the game.
First home run for Cole Calhoun since April 22nd, just his 3rd of the season. Here's Trout, 0 for 3 tonight. And that is hammered out to deep left field. Forget about it. Back-to-back jacks. 6-2 Angels.
Boy, I always love when I see Trout aggressive on that first pitch. And the baseball paid the price. Mike Trout, 8th home run. Tried to go fastball upstairs. And we talked about Trout's batting average coming in this game on high pitches. Well, it goes up a little bit more so. And a long way out. And quickly out.
3 home runs allowed by Peralta in his last 2 outings against the Angels. Albert takes down low. Pujols 0 for 3. 11 hits tonight for the Angels.
4 extra base hits in this inning.
First time this season the Angels have gone back-to-back. 2 balls, no strikes.
That baseball got out in a hurry from Trout. Cole Calhoun went down. The split finger fastball, middle part of the plate, hits his out. Johnny Giavotella aggressive to start this inning off with a home run. That'll make Dave Hansen smile like he is in that dugout. Albert certainly will get the green light here.
And there's a 4-pitch walk. So Peralta's come on, giving back-to-back home runs, and now a walk to Pujols. Scott Service has seen enough. As Peralta faces 3 batter and retires none. Call hasn't been made as of yet, not officially anyway. Now clock is run down to 0. And Nick Lentz, the home plate umpire, is going out. There's the call. Pitching change here in the 7th inning. Angels on top 6-2. Runs for the Angels here in the 7th. Johnny Giavotella got it started on the very first pitch from Iwakuma. Iwakuma ended up giving up 4 runs in 6 1/3. Peralta came on to relief, gave up back-to-back home runs to Calhoun and Trout, then walked Pujols. And it's Michael Guaipe on in relief, pitching in his 5th game this year. 5 2/3 innings. He's allowed 4 earned runs. 1 out. Nava will be at the plate with Pujols standing at first.
Guaipe fastballs 90-95, slider, curveball, changeup.
Guaipe, 25 years of age, native of Venezuela. Faced Daniel Nava, who's 1 for 3, an RBI double his last time up. This one's fouled back. One ball, 1 strike. Good rip by Nava, fouls it back. That's 1-2. Just missed inside. Two balls, 2 strikes. C.J. Cron on deck. Now with the 8th man to bat here in the 7th. 6 runs, 11 hits, no errors. Halos have stranded 5 base runners. Seattle with 2 runs on 4 hits. They've committed 1 error. They've left 2 on base. Two. He got him. Foul tipped into the glove of Clevenger. 2 outs.
Starting to see some good things from the offensive late. 15 hits on Thursday, 13 hits on Friday, and 11 hits so far in this game.
Cron pulls one over to third. Seager will go the short way and force out Pujols. Then he comes to an end, but the Angels strike for 5 here in the 7th. 3 total home runs, Gooby, and it's nice to see the long ball prevailing.
Boy, some aggressive swing. First pitch swinger for Johnny Giavotella. Ties it up. Cole Calhoun gets a split finger fastball down, and then Trout, first pitch swinging, goes yard. 3 in the inning for the Halos.
Bottom of the 7th inning. Johnny Giavotella, Mike Trout, Cole Calhoun all going deep in the top of the 7th inning. Yolis Chacin on the mound for the Angels in his Angels debut. He's got a new left fielder. Shane Robinson takes over for Daniel Nava. Chacin 81 pitches through 6. Seager drives one out to right field. First pitch swinging. Cole Calhoun can't get it. It's over his head. Ball had some carry. Cole just could not come up with it, and Seager with a 3-hit game.
Fastball upper part of the strike zone, and Cole just unable to make that play, just over his glove. Another diving effort here at Safeco. Saw it last night, seeing here tonight.
Adam Lind takes downstairs. The first baseman 1 for 2 with a home run. 5 hits tonight for Seattle, 3 by Kyle Seager. The double is 10th of the year. Back to the mound. Chacin looks Seager back, flips it over to first, one down. Every game matters during the Freeway Series, driven by Lexus. Join us May 18th and 19th. Angels hosting the Dodgers at 7:05. Get your tickets today at the Angel Stadium ticket office or online.
Tell you what, Chacin does a nice job as far as fielding his position. Even that line drive back up the middle, he reacted very well off the glove, and Petit almost made a play on it.
Yeah, under control, doesn't stress.
Good mechanics, good follow through, lands in good fielding position. It's a big out right there too.
With that out recorded, that's Chacin's longest outing of the season. And 5 starts to the Braves. First one here tonight with the Angels. Now Perez going to go talk things over. Clevenger 0-1 count. The catcher's 0 for 2 with a ground out and a fly ball to right. Nice job so far tonight too by Carlos Perez in calling this game. 2 native Venezuelans as battery mates here, Chacin and Carlos. Both played for the same Winter League team in Venezuela, Caracas. Last time they were together was 2013. So familiar with one another. 0-1 pitch. Pitches out to left. Robinson moving back on it. Still going back. He'll make the catch. Seager was about 3/4 of the way to third. Has to hustle back to the bag. 2 outs.
Baseball was carried very well these first 2 games here at Safeco to that part of the field, and Robinson just in the ball game runs that one down. Very good defender in the outfield. And Clevenger did a nice job at going with the pitch, but back to the warning track, and Robinson's able to run that one down as Seager's going almost all the way to third. It's back in there before it throws in. Big out once again.
Breaking pitch in for a strike. Downstairs. Ketel Marte 0 for 2 with a couple of groundouts.
Yeah, you mentioned, Victor, how well these two have worked together, Chacin and Perez. Even that pitch, that slider down in lower part of the strike, or just below the strike zone, he said still that was a good spot. That's what you want to see from your catcher when you're on that pitching mound.
Ground ball to second. Giovatella's there. Lead off double stranded at second. 7 in the books. 6-2 Angels.
Continue for the Halos, a 5-run seventh powered by 3 home runs to have the Angels up 6-2 over the Mariners as we head into the top of the 8th inning. Ken French with you, and don't forget, following this one is Angels Live postgame presented by your SoCal Mazda dealers. Myself and Jose Mota will talk about this Halo offense that continues to stay hot. 11 more hits here tonight. Also talk about the debut of Jhoulys Chacín. 7 innings, giving up 5 hits. That's all on the postgame show. But right now, let's send it back upstairs to Mark and Victor, guys.
Frenchie, we appreciate it. We begin the 8th with the Angels up 6-2. Guaype's still on the mound, facing Giovitello, Perez, and Petit as the Angels batted around in the 7th. It was Johnny that got things started in the 7th, homering on the very first pitch of the inning. That tied the score up at 2, and the Angels ended up scoring 4 more times.
Tell you what, that was pretty cool watching Chacín going off the mound after he got that ground ball right to Johnny Giovitello to finish off that big shutdown inning.
First time, sorry, Gooby, the first time the Angels have had a starting pitcher work 7 innings since April 21st.
And he's thrown the ball so well. Big thing is he's thrown a lot of strikes. He's thrown 90 pitches, 60 strikes. What an effort.
Giovitello ahead of the count of 3 balls, no strikes, a single, a walk, and a home run for Johnny. On the railing and talking as if he's out of the game, Gooby. There's a 4-pitch walk to lead off the 8th.
And you mentioned that, Victor, the longest outings this season. Hector's gone 7 1/3, 7 innings. Weaver's gone 7, and now Chacín. We both looked at each other. We're thinking, you know, I wonder if Mike Scioscia will have him go back out there for the 8th inning the way he's thrown the baseball.
Yeah.
Especially how much work down in that bullpen. What an effort.
Why wouldn't you?
No, I'm like, go back out there. Stuff's been outstanding, especially if you can add on here as an offense.
Hit and run is on. Perez cuts through it. The throw down to second is in time. Johnny gunned down for out number 1.
And that pitch down off the plate, trying to make contact, hit that ball on the ground, does not do so. Carlos Perez, and Clevenger throws out Giovitello.
Carlos doubled in the 7th inning. Scored. He's had a 1-for-3 game. One ball, 2 strikes. The double for Carlos in the 7th inning, his 3rd of the year. Popped up 3rd base side. Seager cuts in front of Ron Renicky and puts it away for round number 2. Gregorio Petit 1 for 2 with a single and a fly ball to right. Had a sacrifice bunt in the 7th.
Petit's had a solid game, a single, big sacrifice bunt, some solid defensive plays at shortstop.
Bouncer foul. The shoots one out toward right center. Smith moving over. And the Angels are done here in the 8th. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Looks like Mike Morin's coming on in relief, but the Angels leading at 6-2.
And now it's time for the T-Mobile greater coverage of baseball. Some big games again today is Chicago, and Jake Arrieta wins again, 18-0 in his last 21 starts. ERA 0.84. They beat Pittsburgh again. Texas wins in bottom of the 10th, 6-5. Bobby Wilson, 2 grand slams this season for the Rangers in his 7 games. And Houston loses in 11 innings to the Boston Red Sox. Come back, win that one 6-5. Big Poppy, big game once again. And why is he retiring?
Because it's time.
It's time.
Mike Morin takes over on the mound for Yolis Chassin. In 7 innings tonight. Gave up 2 runs, both earned, 5 hits, 4 strikeouts, and no walks. Morin facing 9-1-2. Martin, Oki, and Smith. 19th game for Morin. 1-0 record, a 1.84 ERA. Leonis Martin 0 for 2, twice is grounded out. Two balls, 2 strikes.
Mike Morin does have good velocity on his fastball, especially as a hitter. You're thinking, I got to try to make contact with that very good changeup, and then he gets the fastball by you. He's got a chance to go now back to his changeup.
Full count. Chassin ended up throwing out just 90 pitches tonight.
Got some questions from Angel fans about when was the last time an Angel threw a complete game. Well, it was last July. Eric Richard threw a complete game against the Red Sox.
And there's a walk to lead off this 8th inning. Okie 0 for 3 with 3 ground downs to Petit, the shortstop. Oh, what count? Changeup. This is low. One ball, one strike. Ground ball right side, pass Crone and into right. Martin keeps on running toward third, and the Mariners have runners at the corners here to start the 8th. Looked like CJ kind of stopped at that point there. He kind of went into a slide.
And he's looking at the dirt right around that first base area as he gets off the base. That the runner right there, Martin, was staying in his way, but he got to be able to make that play to knock it down. Plenty of time, especially at first base, to be able to make the flip over to Morin covering the base.
Smith takes up and away. Seth Smith, the right fielder, 1 for 3. A single in the 6th inning.
Like we're looking for that ground ball double play.
The changeup, as good as it is, not effective when not hitting your spots with the fastball. Article yesterday, I think it was yesterday, Fangraphs, talking about Mike Moore's changeup and the differential between that off-speed pitch and his fastball. Foul at the plate, 2 balls and a strike. I think it was dubbed the silliest changeup in baseball.
There's 2 different types. One to a left-handed batter that has action that goes down and away, or throw a cut one to a right-handed batter on his changeup.
Fouled off the left.
Good fastball there. Great location. Late swing on it.
Up and in. Full count.
Yeah, that could have been called a strike. Upper part of the strike zone, ran that 2-seam fastball in at the left-handed batter to bring it back on the corner. Look at our Fox tracks. That's the upper part of the strike zone, but certainly in the zone. Big pitch here now for Mike Morin.
And Smith goes down swinging. One out.
That is a gutsy pitch. A slider, 3-2, with Robinson Cano coming up next. And you can see by the swing, he was certainly not looking for a slider. He was looking fastball, committed to his swing, got a slider down and in for a big punch out for Mike Morin. Robinson Cano 1 for 6 in his career against Mike Moore. Would love to make that 1 for 7 with the ground ball double play.
Cano reaches for one, and that is past Giavotella. What an unusual attempt at that ball. That'll score a run. And it's 6-3. I don't know if he didn't read it right, but it almost looked as if he stopped to dive for that ball.
Yeah, that ball, as he dove, it went underneath his glove. And he's kind of frustrated himself. You see that underneath the body as he's diving.
Cano picks up his 34th run batted in and extends his hitting streak to 13 games.
It's the first run that Moore has allowed in his last 10 2/3. He has not necessarily been helped out on a couple of these ground balls in this inning.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the one to Aoki hit, Crone had a shot at least knocking it down, and then this one definitely looked like it should have been knocked down. So first and second, one out. 6-3 advantage now. And you're dealing with Nelson Cruz. Nelson Cruz 0 for 3 tonight with 2 strikeouts and a fly ball to right. He will look at the strike. Oh, 2. Seager on deck. 0-2 pitch off the plate. Aoki at second, Cano at first. There's the 1-2. The ground ball back up the middle, base hit. Aoki will be waved in. Cano will stop at second, and it's a 2-run lead now for the Angels as Cruz picks up his 21st RBI.
This is right down the lower part of the strike zone, but the middle of the plate. Slider, he was trying to go down and away. It's been effective against Cruz in this series. Been unable to hit his spot on that one.
Mike Moore has been so good, especially of late. But tonight, 3 hits and a walk. He'll be removed here. Fernando Salas coming on to relief. The Angels lead is now 6-4. bottom of the 8th inning, Angels still up 6-4. Fernando Salas on a relief. Takes over for Mike Moore, who went 1/3 of an inning, gave up 3 hits, struck out 1 and walked 1. Salas picked up his first save of the season, first save as an Angel last night. Pitching a 1-2-3 ninth, recording a couple of strikeouts. He'll be asked to get Kyle Seager here and get the Angels out of this 8th inning mess.
Really some ground balls that you think that's what you want as a pitcher, get ground balls, but all 3 he's found the hole. I think the one regret though in the inning for Mike Moore would probably be just to walk to start off the inning.
Yeah.
To Martin.
Kyle Seager tonight 3 for 3. 2 singles and a double. 1 run scored. Salas pitching in his 4th consecutive game. And you know, if things go awry here or continue to go awry here in the 8th inning, Mike Scioscia will be asked why remove Chacin after 90 pitches and a solid 7. Seager, a swing and the follow through hitting Carlos Perez, and it's no balls and a strike.
And he's been on elevated pitches in this game. And that was a high fastball, inner half of the plate. 1 for 5 in his career versus Fernando Salas, but that one hit, a big fly.
Two on and 1 out. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cano, the base runner at second. Nelson Cruz, the man at first. Mentioned Chacin, 7 innings tonight, 2 runs, 5 hits, 4 strikeouts, no walks in those 7 innings. First Angel starter to make his debut and go 7 with no walks since Paul Byrd on April 8, 2005 against Kansas City.
Very impressive outing by Chacin.
One pitch. Seager fouls it back on an off-speed pitch up.
Again, a lot of pitches elevated against Seager in this game. He's hit them all really hard for 3 hits.
Outfield straight around with Seager up, and he just cues that one foul. Cardinals with a 5-run 7th inning to take a 6-2 lead, but Seattle has struck twice here in the bottom of the 8th, looking for more.
That's
called strike 3 on the inside corner. Down goes Seager, 2 down.
Froze him after the fastball away, paints the inside corner, lower part of the strike zone. Like we said, he's hit the high pitch very well. Takes that low strike right on the inside corner. Big out by Fernando Salas.
Adam Lind, the batter. 2 on, 2 outs. Lind, a home run against Chacin in the 2nd inning.
Had signals from the coaching staff making sure nothing gets over your head in the outfield. You see the outfielders playing extremely deep. Cole about a couple steps from the warning track in right center field. Trout shading the left center field, not too far from the warning track himself. Shane Robinson a little more shallow, but still pretty deep out in left.
Nice block by Carlos, overthrown breaking ball.
That's huge to keep that in front. Otherwise, you have two runners in scoring position. That was well in front of the plate. Blocked perfectly by Carlos Perez, who's been outstanding defensively tonight.
One ball, one strike. Down in the dirt again, smothered by Carlos. 2-1.
Sliding over with the shin guards on to keep that in front. Anticipating something in the dirt. Return the glove and keep that in front of him.
A 3-1 count. That's ripped into right of base hit, and that's going to go toward the wall. Cole had a long way to go, gets there, fires it back in. Cruz being waved around. Replay throw from Giavotella up the line, and we're tied at 6. Adam Lind with a 2 RBI double. And with Calhoun shading Lind out toward right center field, it took him forever to get to that baseball at the wall.
And an off-speed pitch, and he hooked it down the line. See how far Cole was playing away from the line. And you have to hit that perfectly to be able to score. Nelson Cruz all the way from first base, and the throw up the third base line from Giavotella.
A 4 RBI night for Adam Lind. And they're going to pitch run for him here. Luis Sardinas. Double for Lind, his 3rd. All tied up at 6. And Yolis Chassin, who pitched masterfully tonight, 7 innings, 2 runs. No longer the pitcher of record. Last night it was the Angels coming back. Tonight it's Seattle here in the 8th. All 4 of those runs charged to Mike Moore. 1/3 of an inning. Clevenger takes low, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Clevenger chasing a high fastball, 1-2. Mariner catcher, the 8th man to bat here in the 8th. He's 0 for 3 tonight. Last time up, a fly ball to left. Two balls, two strikes. That's a fourth straight appearance for Salas.
That fastball ran out over the plate. Clevenger had a big swing at that mistake fastball from Fernando Salas.
Two. Down low, full count. Halos in the ninth have the top of their order coming up. Escobar, Calhoun, and Trout. That's Ketel Marte. He awaits on deck. Foul back.
And Adam Lind has got some good numbers against the Angels this season coming into this game after this big game tonight. Was hitting .417, only going to go up higher. 2 hits, 4 RBI.
They rise to their feet here at Safeco with 2 outs, a full count. Go ahead run standing at second. Payoff pitch. Clevenger fouls it back. This was a crowd that was completely out of this game, with the Angels scoring 5 times in the 7th. Foul back again on the breaking pitch.
You mentioned how many days in a row for Fernando to throw. 19 pitches in this inning so far also.
And that is ripped to right, a base hit. Sardinius is going to come in to score, and Seattle has taken a 7-6 lead.
After
Clevenger with his 4th run batted in.
Yeah, that was a long at bat, fought off some tough pitches, finally got a mistake. It was a low fastball, drifted towards the middle of the plate, and he turns on it. Able to give Seattle the lead.
And with Salas having thrown 20 pitches on his 4th consecutive day, Mike Scioscia will pull the trigger here. Another pitching change in the 8th. And what was once a 6-2 lead is now a 7-6 deficit. Here in the bottom of the 8th inning, and this place has erupted. A huge crowd that was silenced in the 7th has come to life here, resuscitated, if you will, in the 8th. As Capadrosian takes over, pitching in his 11th game, 9 innings, 1 earned run. And he will take over with 2 outs and a man at first base. Four runs this inning charged to Mike Moore and 1 to Salas, and he's responsible with Clevenger standing at first base. Here's the in-game box score for Seattle. 3-hit game for Seager on his bobblehead night. Lynn, a big 2-run double that tied the score, bringing home Cano from second and Cruz all the way from first. Ketel Marte at the plate. He's 0 for 3 tonight. 3 ground ball outs. First pitch breaking ball, misses outside. Mariner closer Steve Cishek getting ready in their bullpen. Angels scoring twice off of him last night in the 9th inning to pick up the victory. Like we mentioned, in the 9th inning, the Angels have the top of its order coming up. 1-1. Marte takes a strike, 1 and 2. He's the 9th man to bat here in the 8th. Back up the middle, and a nice play, bobbled by Petit. I thought he had come up with it on the slide, and that'll go as an infield base hit, and that's just how this 8th inning has played out against the Angels.
And right back up the middle, another breaking ball to stay down. He tracked that one well. Marte, a lot of maturity at the plate, hits that one right back up the middle for another hit in this inning for Seattle.
Go back to early in the inning, 2 bouncers on the right side of the infield sneaking through. Leonis Martin started off this inning with a walk. No balls, 2 strikes. Foul back.
Got to get the job done if you're Capadrosian right now. Keep at a 1-run deficit, especially with the top of the order coming up in the top of the 9th.
Swing and a miss. Down goes Martin, but this 8th inning does a lot of damage to the Angels. 5 runs in, we'll head to the 9th. The Angels trailing it by a run.
Giavatello, first pitch swinging, goes yard. Then Cole Calhoun on a split finger fastball down, hits a 2-run home run himself. And then Trout follows it right back with the very next pitch out of the ballpark. 3 home runs in the inning, back in the 7th. For the Angels, looking for some offensive spark right now as Escobar leads off with the Angels trailing the Seattle Mariners 7-6 here in the top of the 9th.
Steve Cishek, the closer for Seattle, faced the top of the order last night, got into some trouble. The Angels ended up scoring twice and picking up the victory. Cishek took the loss in that one, his 2nd of the season. So it'll be Escobar, Calhoun, and Trout if anybody gets on. Pujols. Guaipe went an inning and 2/3, 1 strikeout, 1 walk for him. He's the pitcher of record for Seattle. Yunel Escobar tonight, 2 for 4 in his return to the lineup after missing last night's game. Had an RBI in his last at bat. That's in there for a strike. One and 2.
Escobar did not like that call. Cishek fastball 90-94 range slider, throws a lot of them, and changeup.
Slider way outside. Two. Breaking pitch fouled off. Another 2-2. That's a fastball away. Full count. That's all you're looking for is base runners here.
Exactly. Good at bat working so far for Escobar.
A little flare down the right field line. Long run for Smith, and he will track it down for the first out.
Runs a fastball in and tries to go inside out on that approach for Escobar. Tried to flare that into the outfield, but Seth Smith able to track that one down, going a long way.
Cole Calhoun with a 3-hit game. 2 singles and a home run. Home run, a 2-run shot in the 7th, his 3rd of the season. 19 RBIs now in the year. Right after him with a fastball. Cole last night started off the 9th against Cishek with a single. One. Down back, 1-2. Another good rip by Cole.
An elevated fastball. He was trying to run that fastball down and away off the plate. Again, a lot of room when you're throwing a fastball away like that. A lot of room on that left side of the infield. Just hit that ground ball to that part of the field, and you get on base.
There's the 1-2 upstairs. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Trout on deck. The 2-2. Lifted foul and out of play. The outfield straight around, infield 3 guys on the right side. Cano out in shallow right. Dae-Ho Lee is the first baseman. Remember, Adam Lynn was pinch run for him. Yet another 2-2. Cole fouls it back.
Another good swing though.
Breaking pitch down and in. That hit him.
Looked like it hit him.
You better check it. He's flipping the bat. And they
third-
are saying third base umpire Jim
saw it.
Reynolds calling it a hit by pitch.
And that's certainly reviewable. Scott Service is looking to see if he swung the bat. It certainly didn't look like he swung the bat.
Nope.
Because if you swing the bat and you get hit by a pitch, that's right on the foot.
Right on the foot. You see the redirection of the baseball.
Certainly didn't swing.
So the tying run at first base, they're going to check it out, but they're not going to go ahead and challenge it. Trout will come to the plate.
See right here, great camera angle, right off the foot. And on base again for Cole.
Trout takes the fastball down and in.
Cole on base 4 times today. The only time he wasn't when Seth Smith ran down a shot he hit in the corner in right field.
Trout tonight 1 for 4 with a home run in the 7th. And that is line to left, a base hit. So 2 out, 2 men on, and 1 out for Albert.
Brought his hands in again, and you get enough pitches inside, you always see Trout making an adjustment. This fastball's down and in. Brings his hands in and still able to get the barrel of the bat. That's that short, compact swing from Trout.
Pujols last night against Cishek had a base hit. Mel Stottlemyre Jr. going out. Tying run at second. Go ahead run at first. 7-6 Seattle. We're in the 9th with 1 out. Halos with 5 in the top of the 7th to take a 6-2 lead, only to see the Mariners drop a 5 spot of their own in the bottom of the 8th.
Impatience for Albert to try to bring a pitch up. He's been very effective as far as pitches up in the strike zone. The lower part of the strike zone has been a difficult task for him this year.
Outfield shallow with Albert at the plate. The first one. Right down Broadway for a strike. Breaking ball misses low.
Angel fans looking on, hoping for some magic from Albert Pujols.
1-1 pitch. Fastball drilled to deep left. Get out of here. Gone. Big fly for Albert Pujols. 9-7 Halos. Career home run number 568 for Albert.
Oh, we were talking about those Angels fans looking for some Albert Pujols magic. Well, that was a laser magic shot. Boy, sinker, and he knew it. It was just a matter of how far and how quickly he was going to get out of the ballpark for Pujols. An absolute missile. What a shot. What a reaction in that dugout. This team has shown a lot of fight the last three games.
Second consecutive night that Cishek has coughed it up. Shane Robinson took over defensively for Nava at the plate. And that one almost hits him. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 4th home run hit by the Angels in this game. A no-doubter off the bat of the machine.
That ball got out incredibly fast.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Great swing from Trout, set it up. Cole Calhoun ended up getting hit in the foot. And the magic from Albert.
Pretty good pitch, doesn't get called. It's 3-1 on Robinson. 1 out here in the 9th. And there's a walk.
I mean, that sound is amazing, and how quick that got out and how far that baseball went from Albert. What a clutch swing from Albert Pujols.
Clevenger's going to go out and talk with Cishek just to give the bullpen a little time. 24 pitches thrown by the right-hander. Let's go back and take a look at the Pujols home run.
That's a 2-seam fastball. He tried to throw it on the outside part of the plate, but it runs in.
Said Clevenger, pardon me, Iannetta behind the plate, took over.
I wonder at this point you might see some running action. C.J. Cron's very good as far as hit and run, or you give an opportunity for a straight steal. What a game this is. There's a lot of runs, a lot of good swings here in the last few innings. But Albert Pujols, boy, that ball was crushed.
Cron takes a strike. Robinson gets back. Yeah, nothing wrong with the acoustics on that home run by Albert.
No.
And once again, the crowd silenced. On the corner, 0-2. That being said, in the bottom of the 9th for Seattle, they have the top of their order coming up. Joe Smith getting ready. Aoki, Smith, and Cano due up for Seattle.
So you're saying let's add on a little bit here.
Cron chases the high fastball, and he'll go down for second out of the inning. Talk about sound.
When you hit the ball that far, and you've done that enough, as many times as Albert has done, you can enjoy that one.
See, that's a fun bat flip.
Yes, it is.
They're okay nowadays,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Here's Chivitella. Johnny with one of the 4 home runs hit in tonight's game. His tied the score at 2 in the 7th. That was against Iwakuma, the starter.
Cole got it rolling, getting hit on the foot with a slider, just like last night against Cishek. He got it rolling too.
Breaking pitch is in there, 1-1. Johnny lifts one down the line, slicing out of play. 1-2. .30 pitches thrown by Cishek now. Reaching for it, bouncer toward third. Seager has it, off balance throw, and the inning comes to an end. But the Angels, with 3 runs on the board in the top of the 9th inning, Albert Pujols, his 8th home run of the season, 568th of his career. We'll head to the bottom of the 9th. The Angels now up 9-7. Halos on top, bottom of the 9th inning. Couple of changes for the Angels. Joe Smith takes over on the mound to try to close it out. Takes over for Cam Bedrosian, who went 1/3 of an inning. He finished up the 9th. 18th game for Joe, 1-2 record and a 4 ERA with 2 saves on the season. He's got the top of the order coming up. Brendan Ryan takes over at shortstop, and Gregorio Petit moves over from short to second. So Johnny Givitello no longer in the game. Aoki, Smith, and Cano due up for Seattle.
It was important to get that leadoff hitter.
Nori Aoki 1 for 4. He had a single in the 8th inning. No balls and a strike. Just missed outside. 1-1. Fouled off, 1-2.
Good slider from Joe.
Jabbed him, fouled it off to the left. Count remains at 1-2. Off the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two again. Foul back. A little battle here. Last 3 ninth innings for the Angels have been solid. They lost on Thursday, won last night, tried to win tonight. This is slap foul. 8 total runs in the last 3 games in the 9th inning for the Angels.
A lot of fight with this club. Some real good swings in the latter part of the game for Mike Scioscia's team here.
2-2 again. Ground ball left side. Cut off by Escobar. And safe at first is the call.
Mike Scioscia's going to look at that one for sure.
Scioscia up on the top step. We'll have Dino Abel call Steve Solis downstairs and check it out. Call on the field is safe. They are going to challenge it.
And I don't blame him. Gathered himself the strong throw. Oh, he looked like he got him.
Looked like it got him for
sure.
Ball's
in the glove before the foot is down. Oh, definitely.
Yep. Ball's in the glove.
Right there. That ball's in the glove.
Well, call on the field is safe. Fielding Colbreth, the crew chief, Mark Ripperger, the first base umpire with the headsets on, talking to New York.
That was quick and out. Just like
out is the call. Nice play by Yunel Escobar.
The thing right away, C.J. Cron motioned in right away. Because as a first baseman, you can feel that ball in the glove before you can feel that sound and hear the sound, and then the feel the foot on the base. Nice play by Escobar. A strong throwing arm, a shortstop by trade.
Seth Smith at the plate, takes a breaking ball away. Smith 1 for 4 with a single in the 6th inning. Two balls, no strikes. There's a strike.
Went slider to get back into the count.
Cano on deck. Down and away. A 3-1 count. Inside corner. Full count. Here's the payoff pitch. Smith fouls it off. Joe doesn't waste a whole lot of time on the mound. With the fastball there.
So quite a few pitches in this inning. A lot of foul balls off of Joe Smith's pitches. Some good quality pitches thrown by Joe at this point.
Joe pitched last night in the 8th inning. Went 1 inning. Walked 2. One was an intentional walk. Ground ball over to first. Crone's got it. Waves off Joe. 2 down.
And certainly this is what you want Robinson and Cano to come up now with no one on base. Good job by Mike Scioscia. Steve Solis right away with Dino Eagles' help to get that call corrected at first on that play at first. And the ground ball out here.
Robinson Cano 1 for 4. RBI single in the 8th inning, extending his hitting streak to 13 games. Takes a breaking ball for a strike on the inside corner.
He's been very patient on the first pitch in this game. Great numbers on the first pitch prior to the start of the series.
Off speed, rolled foul, 0-2. Cam Bedrosian, the pitcher of record for the Angels. Got the final out in the 8th. Striking out Leonis Martin. 0-2 pitch. Upstairs, 1-2.
Pretty good job right there by Joe changing eye level. It's very difficult for him to do so being a submarine pitcher. Generally everything lower part of the strike zone. You saw Cano's head move on that high fastball. See if it works.
Swing and a miss. Light that baby up as the Angels take game 2 and come from behind fashion. 9-7 the final.
And it's exactly what it did. It changed that eye level, gets a swing and miss, picks up his 3rd save. Cam Bedrosian with the victory, but that man right there, the machine, with a 3-run home run off Cishak after Cole was hitting a foot. Mike Trout base hit, but Albert hits a missile out, one of 4 home runs hit. Now the Halos in this game as they pull this one out as the offense continues to get more consistent and hit those extra base hits. Big victory for the Angels. Will win this series now by winning the first 2 games.
That's the first time they've won back-to-back games since sweeping the Kansas City Royals at home. So it's been a while. It's nice to see the Angels pick up the W and do it in grand fashion.